Live. It stars Over the Prairie with 8-time Minnesota Music Award-winning songwriter, musician, author, and historian, Paul Metsa. Check out previous show podcasts at KDAL610.com. Now, here's Paul Metsa.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stars Over the Prairie. This is your host, Paul Metsa. I got my guests lined up today. We got two great ones. I got my wingman, Chris Allen, in the studio today.
Good morning.
We broadcast every week. We are 237 somersaults down the hill from Bob Dylan's childhood home and a stone's throw away from our studio. From Bob Dylan Way, we will be talking to a woman today, Scarlett Rivera, who worked with Bob Dylan, recorded with Bob Dylan on his album Desire. Bob Dylan saw her on a street corner in New York City carrying her violin case, and the rest is history. We're going to hear the whole story today, and we will also be talking with Chris Mulkey. Chris and Scarlett are doing a show up next weekend in Silver Bay, Friday and Saturday night for the Rocky Wall Entertainment Organization. They're playing free in the park on Friday, and Saturday night they're doing a private show that you can still get tickets for as part of the Rocky Wall concert series, and just go to RockyWallEntertainment.org. What do we do here on Stars Over the Prairie? We interview stars, people that used to be stars, and people that just like to go outside and look at the stars at night. But Mulkey, we've had him on before. He has starred, it's hard to believe, Chris, almost a combined total of 200 film and television shows.
Wow.
That's a lot of shows.
I've seen a couple of them. You know, that's kind of funny. I think it was the week before he came in, I saw one of the horror movies he did. They had two big actors, him and this other woman that was in the movie, and then they had all these other actors, and I want to say it was either about a haunted house or it was about a Ouija board or something like that.
Was that filmed in Duluth, that one?
I'm not sure if it was or not. I was trying to see the credits because I know when he was on in a phone interview that you did with him, he talked about filming in Duluth, and so I was trying to see in the ending credits if it was filmed in Duluth. But you know how it is with Netflix and all those other things? Yeah. It cuts out before the movie's credits are done, and so I never caught it and never went back. But when I brought it up to him when he was here live, he says, "Oh yeah. It's I knew this director, and he mentioned that he had this part for me that I would be perfect for." And he kind of played this like crazy next door neighbor that knew the secrets about the house, and it was perfect for him. He pulled it off perfectly. But it was really amazing when he came in on the show, and he had so much talent on the guitar and everything.
Oh, he's a really good musician. He's been playing his whole life, and geez, I got to know Chris about 15 years ago, and he would, every time he came to town, I had my Thursday night gig at Shaw's Bar in northeast Minneapolis, and I'd always invite him to play, and we'd play together, and he's played with me and Willie Walker, and he's played with Sonny Earl and I. We've done a couple private parties, and we've always had a ball. And, of course, we occasionally get up to Flamer's Bar up there in Virginia, Minnesota, on the corner of Chestnut Street and 2nd Avenue. And we've rocked that place a few times. A great place if you're going up north for Labor Day weekend. Swing in to see my buddy Gary Flame. They got really great reasonably priced drinks, a bunch of hockey memorabilia, other Iron Range stuff. And, of course, if you want to play some pull tabs, go to Flamer's Bar on the corner of 2nd Avenue in Chestnut Street.
Are you still doing your comedies thing too? Because I saw you out at the in Proctor during the Hoghead.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
I played at Hoghead's Days with Cats Under the Stars in 1977. And so it was the return of myself, Paul Metsa, and the Tiltown Titanettes, Macy Orr and Oliver Jane, to that stage. It was really fun. I tried out that when I played up at Land of the Loon. They had that great. It's a Minnesota-based. It's you might have even tasted it. Mm-hmm. It's that. It's kind of like a s'more, but it's a little much like a...
Oh, did you eat at that marshmallow truck?
Yeah. That was good stuff. My diabetes doctor only permitted me to have one, but yeah, it was good. It was good. I
your Titanettes fed from there, and they were like, "Oh, this is so good." And they wound up having a burger at the place right across, the food truck right across from there, and it looked so good, I wound up buying a burger.
Who did you? Were you emceeing the weekend, or what were you doing there?
No, I was there on behalf of the Hermantown Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm their photographer and their online person and member. You go out and visit members and take pictures of things that are going on in Proctor, the city of Proctor High School. Everybody that was a part of that is a part of the Hermantown Area Chamber of Commerce. And so I was just kind of documenting the whole thing. Plus, we were there handing out free root beer floats. So we were making root beer floats for everybody. And then I went down because I saw there were 8 food trucks down there. And I love food trucks. So I went down to take some pictures and also sample some of the food.
And they had kind of was it the doggy parade? What was going on with that? I was getting set up.
It was the pet parade, they called it. I think mostly dogs show up because the cats probably are like, I have a previous engagement. Just go without me.
Right.
But the dogs are like, yeah, when do we go? When do we go? But it winds up being mostly dogs. But they called it the pet parade because they didn't want to shut any pets out because a lot of people said...
Very all-inclusive.
All-inclusive. A lot of people said, I don't have a dog or a cat. I have a this or a that or a parrot or whatever. And they wanted to be a part of it, so they opened it up to everyone.
Cool. While we're waiting to get Scarlett Rivera on the phone, I had the pleasure of recording with Scarlett about, I'm going to guess, 5 or 6 years ago. She was in town. I presented her in concert and conversation at the Music Box Theater, and I talked to her and bringing her violin down. She gave us a talk. I believe it was Music Tech, and they had a studio there, so we all got together and recorded this song, my song, 6 Roses, with you can't miss Scarlett Rivera on violin.
All I will remember that night in November, the first time I laid eyes on you. I walked to your table, I tried to act like Clark Gable. The piano, it played out of tune. And as the place closes, I ran through the roses and I picked a half a dozen for you. And I will say 6 roses for you. Oh, the time passed like Mexican bandits. The first time we held up the train. And as the dust settled, we slept in the meadow, all naked in the pouring rain. Arrested in the garden, in prison and pardon, left with roses and a pocket of change. And I will say 6 roses for you. And I will say 6 roses for you. Arrested in the garden, in prison and pardon. When in love, that's what you do. set the table for our 6th anniversary. One rose for each glorious year. Then I got the telegram that you took off with that highwayman. The mist, only roses appeared. I gathered them slowly, dark dripping and holy, to my heart forever hold near. And I will save 6 roses for you. And I will save 6 roses for you. Well, I gather them slowly, dark dripping and holy. I save them for my lifetimes too. And I will save 6 roses for you. And I will save 6 roses for you. Well, I gathered them slowly, dark dripping and holy. Save them for my lifetimes too. When in love, that's what you do.
And that was 6 Roses by yours truly, Paul Metsa, with the great Scarlett Rivera in violin. We're going to listen to some folks that keep us on the air and be back with Stars Over the Prairie in a bit. Don't change that dial.
Gray Wolf Lodge, located on gorgeous Pelican Lake in beautiful Orr, is the great getaway in northern Minnesota. Featuring affordable, modernized cabins that rent by the week or even a few days, Gray Wolf Lodge is your place to treat the family or just yourself for a relaxing time away from it all. With great fishing, yoga classes, massage, boat rentals, a sandy beach, a common gathering area with a fire pit, and the gorgeous and rustic Gray Wolf Lodge, hosts John and Carol have thought of everything for your unforgettable stay. Give them a call at 1-800-840-9653 or go to graywolflodge.com to see all that they have to offer. Gray Wolf Lodge, your home away from home in the North Woods.
I'm Lucas and I had Z-LASIK at Weiss Eye Center. Went great. Little to no pain yesterday. Surgery went great. Everything else went home, took a nap, woke up, and haven't really had any pain since. Everybody was super nice and talked you through every step of the way, and I barely had to ask any questions because they knew what to say. They filled it all in. For me, it'll just be snowmobiling's my big one. I try to do a lot of riding in the winter. I farm in the summer, so this year was a big difference where a couple of times I had to borrow somebody's helmet, so I put my glasses on and ride because just the weather conditions, everything else, out there riding blind. So I'm really excited for that. It's well worth the money, and it's going to change my life for a long time, I'll tell you that.
Weiss Eye Center is the only clinic to offer blade-free Z-LASIK in the Northland. To find out more and to arrange your free consultation, call 218-625-1917 today or visit weisseyecenter.com for more information. Weiss Eye Center. See the best.
You're invited to the Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, open for another season for all your candy pleasure. They're located on Scenic Highway 61, 10 miles north of Duluth in Knife River. They're 3rd and 4th generation candy makers using traditional copper kettles to make their caramels, fudge brittles, and chocolate-dipped hot air. When you visit Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, be sure and try their famous nutty ice cream bar. Tell them you heard it on Stars Over the Prairie. Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, located just 10 miles north of Duluth in Knife River.
It's Stars Over the Prairie with 8-time Minnesota Music Award winner Paul Metsa.
Welcome back to Stars Over the Prairie. This is your host, Paul Metsa, with my wingman, Chris Allen. Chris, how's the big Danny dog doing?
Very, very good. He's still at that point because he's so young. He doesn't understand he's so big.
Yeah.
And why the cats are afraid of him. You know, he wants to play with them, but they're like, you really big there. And so they wind up running. So then he thinks they're playing. And the next thing you know, they're running away from him and he gets in trouble. And the other thing is he still needs to be taught how to, when he's begging for food, we're trying to teach him that he needs to sit or lay down. He likes to just put his face in whatever you're eating and eat it. He doesn't want to wait. If this is food, I'm going to eat it. And he goes right in, and he's so big, it's hard to stop him.
Yeah.
So we have had to really get tough with him. And But he's just, I mean, when he looks at you, you just go, I would love to give this to you, but, especially when we're eating, we like the Swiss chocolate rolls, and chocolate no good for dogs. So.
Yeah, no, stay away from chocolate.
Yeah, so what happens is, we got to shoo him away or push him away, or we'll eat in the bed and lay down and then put our legs up so that he can't come over. But he's so big, he climbs on your legs, and he doesn't understand yet. We're trying to teach him, though, when he sits and he waits, then he'll get some, if it's something he can have. And we usually try to bring down some bread or something so that if we're eating something he can't, we can give him something to teach him. But it's, like I said, it's not working because it's not working yet because we still need to figure out how it is, or just do it for a while so it gets to be habit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Say, people out there in the listener land, we are trying to get a hold of Scarlett Rivera. For some reason, we're not getting through. But in another 10 minutes, we're going to have actor, musician Chris Mulkey. Do we got anything we can play here in the meantime?
I believe so. I found a couple things online, and so we can play. I think we heard this before, but it's always good to bring it up again. Blue Highway. I think that was one that either he played while he was here or it was a song that we had on. But
yeah, and you know what we are going to be doing when we have Chris on? We will be debuting, worldwide radio debut of a song that he wrote and recorded around his kitchen table with Scarlett, called You Say Yes.
All right, that'll be coming up, but right now this is Blue Highway.
Got that right, I got the people to meet, finding myself every day more complete. I got no money in my pocket, but I know I'm on my way. I think that's fate's hand waving my way. And they say the race is on, I did not hear the gun. Look out, child, we're on the way. We'll be riding down that blue highway, down that blue highway. I obeyed all the rules, I obeyed them all. No chewing gum, no running in the halls. Dylan was right, hey, you know that it's true when he said it's all over now, baby blue. And they say the race is on, I did not hear the gun. Look out, child, we're on the way. We'll be riding down that blue highway, down that blue highway. That one blue note, all I can see is that open.
All right, that is our guest who's coming up. That's the great Chris Mulkey, actor, musician, bon vivant, and more. Really cool cat. That was a song of his called Blue Highway. And while we're getting ready to talk to Chris out there in California, my Chris Allen has a little story about hanging out in the graveyard recently. What was going on with that, Chris?
So Jennifer and I went over to Greenwood. There's 2 Greenwoods. There's one in Superior. There's one in Duluth. The one in Duluth was only unearthed in the late 80s.
There's one in Virginia, too, my hometown.
Is there one in Virginia as well? Well, we'll have to check that out. But this one has been hidden, and it is a mass dump of people. There's 5,200 people buried there, and it was a lot of them during the tuberculosis in the turn of the century. And so what they did is every time they buried some people, they put a marker just of how many people they buried at a time. And there's markers all around the whole area. And like I said, they just started clearing it out in the late 80s. And I've been going over there, and every time I go, I get something. And so other people have asked to go, and so I bring them over there. And Jennifer and I went over there, and we are talking.
And Jennifer's your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Boy,
so
you sure know how to show a woman a good time.
It was after dinner, so all right. But anyway, so what we did is we did what's called an EVP. You get a digital recorder and you ask questions and you hope that they answer because their voice usually comes in at a different frequency that the digital recorder can pick up. And I've edited it for time just so that we can listen to the main part. And you can hear me mentioning, I think that's a light. No, it's the moon. And then they answer me right after it. And I believe there's some snapping after we talked too, and we had been getting snapping from the outside of the graveyard. So here it is right here. Where's the moon? That must be the moon. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It was right after I say that's the moon, and then it says moon. That was not us.
Wow.
So then later, if you have a story that you want told, you can tell us how you ended up here. And you can hear the snapping. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the snapping we got.
That is spooky.
Yeah. So later we were talking about, we could do maybe a yes or no and get some tapping or snapping, whatever they wanted to do. And so later we talk about that. Are you from Nopeming? Are you from the Chris Jensen home? Did you hear that? Wow. Right after I asked, are you from the Chris Jensen home? Here it is again. That was tapping on our recorder. And that meant no. Because we had told them tap once for yes, twice for no. They didn't answer us for no Pemming, but when we said Chris Jensen home, they tapped no.
Wow.
Yeah. So we that was I haven't gone through all the evidence yet, but that's the stuff that I got just preliminary that we were listening to in the car on the way home. We were like, I didn't say moon, you didn't say moon, we got moon.
Was this your girlfriend Jennifer's first time out into the wild, searching the ghosts thing?
No, not at all. This was the first time that we went out and brought all of my equipment to a location. We've done stuff around the area. She has a graveyard by her house, and we've done some things, different locations around the area. But this is the first time that we went to a reputed haunted area and we were able to get something. But like I said, we've got all kinds of film logged, and we did some other recording elsewhere, and I haven't gone through it yet.
Wow. Well, let's hear from our sponsors again, and let's get a hold of Mr. Mulkey.
All right, here we go.
I'm Sydney, and I had Z LASIK at Weiss Eye Center. Oh, man, camping and like being able to look up at the stars or like wake up to the stars or wake up to the sun and not have to kind of fumble around to see where my glasses are. So I'm looking forward to that eventually. It's like getting out and enjoying nature with sort of no barrier. Oh, the staff were really great. Yeah, it was really always felt pretty taken care of and very friendly staff, and they were answering my questions even if they were like really, really trivial. It's something that you gotta have like sort of a bit of trust in this doctor.
Weiss Eye Center is the only clinic to offer blade-free Z LASIK in the Northland. To find out more and to arrange your free consultation, call 218-625-1917 today or visit WeissEyeCenter.com for more information. Weiss Eye Center. See the best.
Rocky Wall Entertainment is thrilled to announce 6 exclusive Rocky Wall benefit house concerts featuring nationally renowned musicians in a one-of-a-kind, intimate North Country log lodge setting. We will have 6 shows this summer, and the bands generously donate their time and talent to perform these house concerts to help Rocky Wall Entertainment raise funds to fund the free Music in the Park concert series. More information and tickets available at rockywallentertainment.org/events/house concerts.
News Talk KDAO. Now back to Stars Over the Prairie with Paul Metsa.
All right, welcome back. A beautiful day here in Tilt Town, the Zenith City by the Insalted Sea. You are listening to Stars Over the Prairie. This is your host, Paul Metsa. We just heard some ghost tales by the ghost hunter and buster, Chris Allen. We tried to get a hold of Scarlett Rivera. I think she's in Italy. She doesn't have her phone on roaming. It was set up. But what are you going to do, man? That's a
live radio.
And that's a long way away. But you know the guy, the man that can handle the media in any form, radio, television, or film, is the man we have on the phone right now. He's done almost a combination of 200 television shows and film movies. He's the main guy. I call him the Warren Oates of our generation, and he happens to be a good buddy. He's playing with Scarlett Rivera up in Silver Bay next weekend, and we've got him on the line. The great Chris Mulkey. Christopher, how are you?
Most gracious master. How are you? Paul Metsa, man among men. I'm good.
Well, I had we were trying to, because the schedule got a little rejiggled, live radio and everything. I had a nice little chance to chat with your new wife, Dana Sparks. Congratulations on that marriage.
Thank you. She's great. She's going to jump up and sing "Gunfighter Girl" with me.
Beautiful.
Silver Bay. So we're excited about being up north. I mean, I always love it when you and I play in Duluth, because you plug me in and we get it on. So we're going to go up there and we're gonna wrestle with our guitars and make it happen. So Scarlett's in Italy right now. She flies into the cities Monday, and then we go up on Wednesday and rehearse Thursday and rip it up Friday, Saturday, and come back.
Well, now who are the musicians you're playing with besides Scarlett, Chris?
Well, my drummer, who used to be at the House of Blues with me, Greg Davis, who was Snoop Dogg's drummer and drummed with Andre Crouch, and he's an amazing jazz and gospel drummer. And his good friend Ed White, who has played everywhere with everybody, and he's a master bass player. So it's going to be and with Scarlett and I, we're a very, very snappy bluesy quartet. It's really nice. Yeah.
Well, we're going to be debuting in just a little bit the song that was recorded around your kitchen table. And you can tell us all about that. But let's talk about when and did you hook up with Scarlett Rivera?
Well, I had I think about 5 years ago, wasn't it, Dana? Something like that?
I think so.
Yeah. Excuse me. I was doing I had this recurring gig for about 6 years where I played the Santa Monica College Stadium before the fireworks on the 4th of July. It was called Celebrate America. And I had Sean Vidrine came in from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and then Mr. Marcelino. And so we had a great band. And Dana called me up and said, I saw this thing online, Scarlett needs an assistant. And I was thinking about working with her. I said, yeah, you should work with her. She's true. I love her music. And so they met and they hit it off, and I said, tell Scarlett if she wants to jump in with us at Celebrate America, go ahead. So that was like 5 years ago. It was, it's a big stage. It was 10,000 people. It's a big gig, and she came in and just folded in like butter, and we were off and running. So it's been great.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. I'll see what my schedule is next weekend, but is, I believe, September 5th, a free festival in the park, a music concert with Chris Mulkey's band featuring the great Scarlett Rivera. That's always a free show, 7:30 in the park at Silver Bay. And then the next night, there's a fundraiser for that whole project that they go on because they can't, you need money to put these things on, and the fundraiser will take place in a very cool log cabin, and you can get tickets are going fast, but there's still some available at RockyWallEntertainment.org. Christopher I so enjoyed when I hung out there a couple years ago. You were so kind to have me in your house for 4 or 5 days. We got you gave me a wonderful tour after we saw Bob Dylan at the Pantages. A self-guided tour of your time in Hollywood, driving down Sunset Boulevard. I'll never forget it. It was one of the insiders' look at the young Mulkey coming out, just taking the wheat seeds out of his hair from the Midwest and making his way in Tinseltown. That was just incredible. And then, of course, hanging out with Dana. Is she near? Could I ask her a question?
Yeah, come on over here, Dana.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Dana. I've told the story, but I can't do the accent. This woman, Dana Sparks, she's a great actress herself and a model, but she not only has spent Thanksgiving at Joe Pesci's house, but also used to golf with Sean Connery. Am I correct, Dana?
Oh, yes, Paul. You're very correct there.
Now tell us before I want you to quote Sean Connery when he calls you up. What do you say before he went golfing? How did you end up having Thanksgiving, sharing a turkey with the great Joe Pesci?
Oh, well, I used to play golf with Joe, too. So actually when I was on Passions, his daughter was a huge fan. And my TV daughter, Deanna, and I were coming in to do the Thanksgiving Day parade, and Joe said, well, come up to the house for Thanksgiving. And it was the best. I mean, all the Marys were on one side of the table, and all the Joes were on the other side of the table. We had pasta first. I thought that was it. And then they brought out the turkey. I thought, oh, no. Now what am I going to do?
Wow. Well, and two... and we'll get back to Mulkey in a minute, but he's so popular. Everybody's heard his story. But I'm kidding. I love Chris. We love each other. We're brothers.
Everybody up there loves Chris.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a local boy.
He's, and especially in my hometown of Virginia, Minnesota, he's made a name for himself. I think, Chris, I think you've walked the bar with your guitar in just about every bar on the main street, of which when I graduated from high school in 74, there was 22 bars on a 5-block radius, Chestnut Street.
That's a world record.
Well, we got to. I know you're going to be busy. Hey, let me get back to Dana, and then we'll get back to Chris. Dana,
Dana, go.
Okay,
Dana.
One more story.
One more story, and then one more quote. And you also lived next to Tom Petty.
I did. Yes, bless Tom and Dana. They were fabulous. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady, and I've always been a fan of Tom. So
now, didn't you have to help Tom Petty unhook a fish?
You know, Paul, when I write my memoir, you'll have to help me because you remember all my stories. Yes, he didn't have any pliers, and hey, Dana, you got any pliers over there? I got a big bass here. So I was like, heck, I can't do Tom Petty. I would take more work. But yeah, I helped him. I got the pliers and needle nose out, and we unhooked that big Florida big mouth and threw him back in the lake.
Well, you are doing God's work there. Dana, if I could just ask you, you do the great Sean Connery impersonation, so Sean would call you up and talk to you about when to go golfing, and what would he say?
Well, Well, we're playing at noon, and balls in the air at noon. See you then, Slim.
I love that. I love you, Dana, and congratulations. I didn't hear until I saw a Mulkey Facebook post a couple of weeks ago that you guys got married. So my sincere congratulations. You are a beautiful couple.
Thank you, Paul. It was a wonderful little family gathering, and we celebrated day and night.
Good.
We said your name, too.
All right. Beautiful. Thanks, Dana. Hey, Chris, we're going to play. You gave us the honor of doing the worldwide debut of this song that you recorded around your kitchen table with You Say Yes. Was this the first song you've written with Scarlett?
Yeah, it was. We were working on one of her songs, and I said, you're a great songwriter, and I love your stuff. And anyhow, so you know how it works. So you're sitting around the table, and you're jamming. We're working on a thing, and I went, oh, Scarlett, stop! I have a song's coming here. Hang on a second. I mean, literally, Paul.
Right.
And I turned on. I said, we're in G, and I counted it off. And what you're going to hear is, so we're going to go to the studio and lay it down with the rhythm section stuff like this. So this is, but it's just a great. It's called You Say Yes When You Mean No.
And this is the worldwide debut, thanks to Scarlett Rivera and Chris Mulkey on Paul Metsa's Stars Over the Prairie radio show, broadcasted on the Big K, and here is the song.
When you mean no, say stop when you mean go, baby. One of the two. Either way, baby, I'm in love with you. Say up when you mean down. I know sometimes you frown, but baby, I'm here for you. Baby, I'm in love with you. Yeah. Go again, man. When you mean right, and then you say it's all right, baby. I know your love is true. Love you, baby, any way you do. Say east when you mean west. Say worst when you mean best. Oh, baby, I don't care, it's true. Yeah, I'm in love with you. Go, Scarlett. Say north when you mean south. You talk right out your mouth, baby. The things you say, not necessarily true. One thing you say, I love you. Go, Scarlett. Oh. Say yes when you mean go. Say fast when you mean slow, baby. Anything you do, let's get out of here. Baby, I'm in love with you. 5 again. Baby, I'm in love with you. You can end it. Baby, I'm in love with you.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Give me that little trill at the end there, Scarlett. You guys grew big time.
Yeah, it's funny. But Paul, that's it. You got to record those things when they're up. So all those, I just spit all those lyrics. I went back and I wrote them down. I said, "Damn, that's good."
Good job, Mr. Malky. People ask me because they know, I know you, and I tell people, and if you've been clicking through the late night television during the course of 7 nights, you are going to bump into a Malky appearance on a film or a TV show. And
that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
But I was just telling Paul about the film that you did where I think the house comes alive and you kind of play the crazy neighbor who warns everybody and they don't listen to you and they wind up going through the house.
Oh, Ouija board.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good movie. Yeah, they did really well.
Was that with Justin Hawkins?
Yeah, Justin Hawkins. Yeah, I just did another movie with him that's coming out called Caitlin's Chance. It's a horse movie, and we did it in Kentucky, in Paducah, Kentucky. It's about a young girl who's a horse, a hunter jumper, and I play her coach, and that's a great movie. Yeah, Justin's from, isn't he from the range?
No, Justin is actually from southern Minnesota, but he was the niece of one of my best friends, a wonderful woman I went out with for 7 years, Amy Hawkins Donlin, and Justin was her nephew, so I got to know Justin when I was going out with Amy. And then I kind of got to know you around the same time. Then you got to know Justin, I think you guys met out in California, though. I don't think you met in Minnesota. It's hard. It all runs together. I should be getting a percentage either from Justin's end or your end for all this work that's going on.
Well, I've talked about the movie twice now during the same show, so I think you should send him a bill.
But, people...
Thanks in the mail.
Malky is... we played 20 times over the last 15, 20 years. And people
God.
When I describe Malky, he goes, he is a B-plus guitar player, but an A-plus entertainer. And I mean that as a compliment, Chris.
Well, I was a C student, and it was really good but I thought I was doing really well because my name starts with C. So I was a C student, so I thought, well, I'm just in there, this is great.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that, Chris. My name's Chris, too. I was a C student.
The other thing is that's a well-known phrase in Hollywood is C students rule Hollywood. They do. It's amazing. It's like all these guys, but yeah. But I've always had a great time. The days when we would play at Shaw's, and oh man, and then Paul, you would drag me to these benefits and stuff, and we just rocked the place out. It was really fun.
Well, and how much do we both miss wee Willie Walker?
Oh my gosh, Willie was a saint. He's up there. He's smiling right. He's probably just smiling right now.
Oh, I still got that great picture. We did that outdoor party on that little lake west of Minneapolis, and just the picture of the three of us just beaming, enjoying each other's company so much.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you a picture of it. We also did, what did we do at Joe Majerus' theater over on Chicago and 25th, or 35th? It's a benefit for...
Oh, that was for we did Clean Water for Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, so I flew into town for that, and we jammed out. I'll send you some pictures with you and me and Willie and all the great musicians. Minnesota has such great musicians. I'm bringing my rhythm section in from Los Angeles, but there are such great musicians in Minneapolis that I could have just gotten a rhythm section there. But I just thought, well, Scarlett and Ed and Greg and I bond so well together, and you gotta go with your team. So I'm bringing, and they've never been. Ed and Greg have never been to Minnesota, so there you go.
Oh man, they're gonna love it. Chris, it's funny with, of course, Scarlett Rivera being kind of semi-discovered by Bob Dylan, recording Desire with him, and then going on the Rolling Thunder Review. But you have a Bob Dylan connection through Blood on the Tracks, through your buddy Chris Webber, who you used to play with.
Oh, yeah, Chris was a wonderful, great guitar player, and he played all that great stuff. That's him all over that record, and especially his finger picking on "Tangled Up in Blue" is just fantastic. But he and I used to. I started out as a harp player, and so so there was me and Chris playing all these coffee houses all over the Twin Cities back in the day, and there was when all those coffee houses were around. And yeah, Chris, he went on to greater glory. Yep, he did. Well, greater glory.
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for him having that guitar, the exact one almost to the year at Martin Guitar at his Podium Guitar Shop, that record would we might never know it as we know it today. One of the Bob Dylan classic records, Blood on the Tracks. When I say, Chris, you're a B-plus guitar player, I'm just speaking lead guitar. You are a great rhythm player, but you're not, or am I, like Jimi Hendrix. But you do have a Jimi Hendrix story, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is bouncing off. This is I feel like Jimmy's my cousin somehow. I don't know. But here. Okay, so I had a friend, John Schwartz, who was a film producer and writer, and he wrote Faces of Death 1, 2, and 3.
Wow.
They were the first. Early on he got Lewy bodies, and so he had to go into assisted living, and so I would go visit him all the time, and John said, Malky, I can book you at this place, right? It's the Fireside Theater, Fireside Rest Home, right on the bluffs in Santa Monica. It's just ridiculously beautiful, overlooking the Pacific Ocean. I said, well, book me, So I went there, and there was maybe 15, 20 odd people in wheelchairs, and I went and played for an hour. And so John passed away, and Howard Sussman keeps going, Malky, why don't you come over and play every about 2 months or 3 months? I've been playing there, Paul, for the past 11 and a half years.
Good for you, man. I do a similar thing. I play at a place called North Shore Estates, which is a nursing home, rehabilitation home in my part of town in West Duluth. I do it the first Tuesday every month, and I've been doing it for the last several months, and it'll be an ongoing thing. But isn't that,
I'm coming.
You and I, that would be great. That would be phenomenal. Now, you and I have played.
So Paul, Jimi Hendrix. Okay.
Yeah.
So at the Fireside last Wednesday, somebody said Jimi Hendrix, and I went, sure. So I played an acoustic version of Purple Haze.
Okay.
So back in the day, in 1970, I went to my second Jimi Hendrix concert. And afterwards, my friend Joey Davis from Los Angeles said, there's an after party. So we went to an after party in the apartments, high-rise apartments over in downtown Minneapolis. And I walk in, and there's down the hallway towards the kitchen I look at, and there's this guy leaning up against the wall smoking a cigarette, and I go, that's Jimmy. So I walked up to Jimmy, and I said, Jimmy, hi, Chris Malky. I'm a huge fan of yours, and you were terrific tonight. And, oh, thank you, man. And I got him from hello, and I just could. And I said, he said, what? I said, what are you doing? And he said, well, I'm just hanging out, and because he felt he didn't know anybody there, and I said, well, I reached in my pocket and I pulled out a big baggie full of weed. Okay, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Mexican weed, you'd look at your shoes and you go, those shoes are hilarious. And I said, would you like to go in the other room and then fire it up? And so Jimmy smoked all my weed that night. We stayed there until 4 a.m, and then my friend Joey said, "Can you give Jimmy a ride back to his hotel room?" And I said, "Hell no, I'm not taking this guy anywhere." And I said, "Jimmy, I'll take you home with me and cook you breakfast. Whatever you want to do, I will do it."
Right.
And so we walked out, and we got in the elevator, and Circus Magazine came up and took a picture of Joey, my girlfriend Peanuts, and Jimmy and I in the elevator, and of course it appeared in Circus Magazine, and then it's in his book, Electric Gypsy, so yeah, we're immortalized. Then I got Jimmy home. I think we got to the Pick Nicollet Hotel in downtown Minneapolis at about a little after 5. So you know. So I got him back there before the sun came up. So there you go.
You didn't take him for some early morning munchies at Perkins or the Lincoln Dell?
No, dude. The person who was producing this thing, there was so much to eat and imbibe at this place in the penthouse. It was ridiculous. So there was no reason to eat anywhere. But Jimmy was just a great guy and a genius, and I was blessed to be able to meet him for sure. You know.
Wow, that is a great story. Chris Mulkey, been chatting with me for the last half hour. He's a good buddy of mine. We met when he was filming the movie North Country up on the Iron Range. We don't have enough time to tell you that whole story, but he will be performing with Scarlett Rivera and his band on September 5th at a free outdoor show as part of the End of the Year Music in the Park series in Silver Bay, promoted by our good friend Nelson French. And then they're doing a private show the night after that you can get tickets for if you go to RockyWallEntertainment.org. You're also, I believe, doing a show on September 7th in Minneapolis at the Astor Music Cafe.
Yeah, one thing about the second show on the 6th, it's this beautiful, gigantic log cabin mansion, and it's just.
And the husband and wife, I think Lisa and David, built it by themselves. Anyway, Chris Mulkey, it's been a great chat with you. Thanks, Dana. I love her dearly. You can follow me at paulmetsa.com. I play every Friday with the Tiltown Titanettes at Carmony's Irish Pub. Got some big shows coming up. But like my dad used to tell me, remember to be kind and make someone happy.